Hey, this is John. I'm going to teach you guys how to play Steel Battalion. A lot of reviews have been pretty poor, so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not going to edit this video, and we're just going to play. I have the audio off just that way I can talk. You can see I'm sitting about 4 feet away. This is the calibration. Works pretty well. You can see I'm actually very close to the Kinect sensor, so in theory, according to the reviews, this shouldn't work, but the truth is it does. I'm just going to play the quick the first mission, just it's a little easier, so we'll give it a shot. I'm not going to edit this video, as I said before, so you can see the controls actually do work. You play a controller, standard first-person shooter style controls. Use Kinect to interact with your VEET, and it's basically an armored tank with legs, a mech. If you played the first one, controls are quite a bit different than the Steel Battalion on the original Xbox, but it's pretty good. You can see this is your interface. You can see I can swipe back and forth. The tank hasn't been started yet. You can see controls work so far. This comes into your viewport, goes out of your viewport. This you stand up and you can actually look out. This is like your binocular view, if you will, and there's some enemies. Okay, sit back down. You can see the controls are acting a little weird here and there, but this is how you type your ammo type, so I can easily switch between my two ammo types. Works every time. This changes my view shutter. It's really not a smart idea. This puts it back up. Periscope view, you raise a hand. Seems to work pretty well. This is your gears. This is your TV. You can use it to switch views if you want. You can see every once in a while the controls stutter, but it's not nearly as unplayable. This is your right panel. Works pretty well. This would be how I release gas if there's smoke. So far, so good, right? Alright, now this is how you start it. Works pretty well. Hey! Well, wait a second. This isn't the unplayable mess I was promised. This is my periscope view. You can see I'm, hitting the tank or whatever. Sorry I don't have a good video tool. I'm using pretty much my iPod. So, just playing through this mission on my lunch break at work, actually. So, you can see so far, controls working pretty well for me. Not sure what, the reviewers were saying about the game. It's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you, to see how badly this game was reviewed and to see that it's actually quite playable. Now, I'm playing with no audio. The audio is actually, fairly decent, I'd say. The AI is kind of dumb. I mean, this is not the greatest game in the world. I'm not going to, again, I switched ammo types, no problems. I'm not going to go out and tell you this game, oh, geez, you gotta play it or anything. But it's really not that bad. I'm switching to my front camera just to show you it's kind of cool. You can actually play from your camera, so if your viewport gets blown up, you actually have to play through that, or your periscope view, and it's pretty difficult. So, I actually kind of would. The game's so difficult, I'm not a huge fan of it in some ways, but the game's very playable, and I think there's a Kinect bias going on here because there's some guys shooting at me. I'll go kill these guys real quick, but this mission's pretty easy. This is actually the same mission that's in the demo, so if you really don't believe me, by the way, I don't work for Capcom or From Software, pretty much regular old guy that just plays a lot of video games. And I really don't seem to have the problems. Oop, got some little guy shooting at me. Go kill him. You almost have to go in the periscope view. Now, like I said, the game's not perfect. It's far from it, actually, but the controls are very functional. You can see it's actually picking up the infrared from the camera, which is kind of goofy, but whatever. And you got a little guy right here or something. Little soldier. Yeah, he's dead now, so Merry Christmas. You can see that, is the game perfect? No. Far from it. But, it's a lot of fun, and so once in a while the controls act up a little bit, but, it's quite functional. I'm going to get rocked if I don't shoot at this tank. I'm just going to give him a missile. I have an upgraded VEET, so far I'm going through the mission a lot easier than Angry Joe did or any of the other YouTube reviewers. And I'm not criticizing them or anything, but I think there's a bit of bit of a connect bias going on, because I just don't seem to have the problems that they do. So he was like, oh, I can't release the smoke. Works pretty well. Oh, I can't turn on my headlights. Oh, works pretty well. Can't stow it back. Works pretty well. You know, if you want to switch gears, works pretty well. There's, you can see it. I mean, I have no good reason to switch them right now. Oh, I want to close the shutter. Works pretty well. Oh, I want to open the shutter. Works pretty well. You know, I don't know what the problem with the game is. I don't know, you know, if it's the reviewers. And my tank's going crazy because I switched gears like an idiot. I'm going to actually put it back. But, you know, point is I'm showing you the game works. You know, you got your rear mortars. These are practically worthless, but I'll fire one off just for giggles. You know, there's definitely some problems with the game. But you can see you can switch the ammo types very easily, pretty much consistently every time, even if I want to use my other hand or switch with, yeah, okay, you know, there it goes, works second time. But, you know, I usually just use right and left, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, I mean, the point is the game works pretty well. These people, I just got rocked because I'm standing at point blank range with a beat. Probably not a smart idea, but, you know, the point is the controls work pretty well. If you screw up, it's basically on you. And there goes the AI walking in front of my shot. You know, again, game's not perfect. Not sure why I'm not shooting a tank. Load another shell. Maybe this guy's dead. That does happen. You can actually lose your tank mates, which you can think might be the problem. Yeah, he's still alive. I don't know what he's doing. There he goes. Thanks for not loading the tank. Alright, so once I fire this last artillery shell, armor-piercing round, it should be dead, and But you can see, I mean, some people are saying they come back and forth. I don't know what you got to do here. I mean, I don't see the problem with the game that other people have. And I'm not sitting that far away, so this is pretty much the end of the mission. Yeah, it'll say mission accomplished. There it goes. And it's pretty much all I had to say about the game. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you give the game a chance. It's not that bad. It's a little bit ridiculously difficult, but it's a fun game. Thanks. I'm going to turn off my iPod.